Having a brush Blitz August 4th through August 8th, buy one, get one half off. And regardless even of the sale, I know that sometimes these brushes, you get them, you order them because I recommended them, then you're like, I don't know what to do with this. We're going to cover all of that. I'm going to start with the eyes. All of our brushes are double-ended, and which makes them amazing. So just remember, when you're getting a brush, you're really getting two. And with this sale, you're going to buy one and get one half off. We're going to start with this brush, which is called the Lash Brush. This brush, though, is Amazeballs. This is an end that's flat, and it has like these really fine bristles. You know when you come down here how hard it can be to use a wand. This is intended to take the place of this wand. You can do it on the upper and the lower, or in this case, I'm just going to show you the lower. This is Lash Leather. This one is a tubing mascara from Seint. This brush works really great for this. And what you can do is these lashes that are hard to get on those inner corners, this brush is really great for. It's just easier to apply than using the wand. This end then, it's double-ended, like I said. This end right here, I think works really great for like the inner eye. If you're doing under eye coverage, it's dense. It's not very fluffy. You can do it for under eye coverage. As a matter of fact, let me put a little bit of my main shade over top of my concealer. I can take it like this and tap it on there. I got a little red spot right there from wearing glasses. Just caving in like I do right there, the tear trough, I don't know what they call it. You can use this in, it could be for age spots if they're larger, but this is a larger end than the spot brush. You could also use it for maybe a little bit of a smudged eyeliner. So that is the Lash Brush. This is called End Point. It has two different points on it. You can use this for detail work on the under eye, like in here. I'm gonna use the color Palace as my brightener, and I'm gonna take a little tiny bit and I'm just going to put it down in here with this brush. This is really nice. Okay. And then you could use it as eyeliner also. So that is the End Point, E-N point. This one's called the eyeshadow brush. Okay, so this one I use all the time. I feel like it's a fantastic brush. It has a dense end that's kind of short. It's pretty dense. And then this one is more fluffy. Basically, you know, you've got your eyeshadow that you do this, and then you put maybe this on the mobile lid. So this one I feel like is kind of a no-brainer. You can smudge on eyeshadow with it. You can even step out of your comfort zone from the eyes. If you have two of these, you can maybe use it for brightener under there. You can use it for brightener on here. So whatever you feel like for the eyeshadow brush, don't just think it's for eyeshadow because it may not be. That's the eyeshadow brush. Smudge brush is one of my very favorite ones. It has two different ends. So the flatter, this is like flatter this way. And then it's more rounded. And then this one is round. And then you can see it's round at the top. I use this brush a lot. I use it a lot for brightening, and I use it to apply your contour. If you have trouble getting contour on and you want it really thin, you know, you can use it for the contour like that, but I do use it a lot for brightener. So brightener is that lightest shade that I recommended to you. So I use it like, because it's stiff, I will take it and sweep it up here. I'll put a little bit of brightener down there. I'll tap it up like this in there, you know, however, in either end, I feel like works almost the same as the other one. For eyeshadow too, if I just want to apply the first color on, like that I'm doing my mobile lid, I use this brush just because it's bigger. And we have the spot brush, which I recommend to all of you. And you really use this for spot treating. Oh, I'm gonna take Frenchie. You can take the demi colors and take your spot brush, tap it into, and oftentimes your darker concealer shades go on an age spot, tap it on there, and it'll often disappear. So that's what this one is. It's more for fine work. And I really like it for that. And I do it in the tear trough a lot in here. And I also flip this over and I use it for brightener. So many of us have dark under eyes and we don't know what to do with them. So let's go over that really fast. Frenchie, I love for dark under eyes. It doesn't work for everyone, but if you don't want to get a demi color, Frenchie is really great. It's a great place to start, and you can use it on your cheeks or this end. And then I don't have a lot of discoloration, but my eyes are blue here and they're purple here. You can take the fluffy end or this pointed end, take that Frenchie, and you're going to color correct it. Not very much. If you get too much, tap it off on your hand. And if you're just dark, let's say right here, then take this pointed end and tap it on only where you're dark, or use this end. You might need to take a little bit of your main shade and put over that Frenchie. We've color corrected, we put a little bit of concealer over it, we tapped it off, and then you're like, I still feel like I can see darkness. Take a little bit of your bronzer and a little bit of your main shade, and then you're just gonna fill in the white spots of your under eye with bronzer and your main shade, tapping off with your finger. And always hydrate before you do anything. I love using the multi-balm stick. This is the Bright brush. This one has a big fluffy end on this end. So it's bigger than the eyeshadow by far. And then it has kind of a more pointy end like the eyeshadow, but it's more pointed. Again, you can do this type of thing. Then we have the bigger end. You can do this. You can tap like this. You could probably even do illuminator. Multitasker. She's flat. She's dense. It's a great lip brush. It's also great for eyeshadow and it's great for shimmer. This might be one, you could even wet it a little bit, tap it into the shimmer and put it on your eye and by tapping it. And that might help the fallout. So this is great for that. This is great for taking contour and lining your lips. The only part I line is right here. I'll take a little bit of my contour and this is a great brush for that. And that just gives it a little bit of a shadow. You can take this one and do eyebrows. You can also do liner. This one I used to use liner for, and this end for liner. Honestly, this is a great smudger. Either one of those ends are great smudger. Rose gold one. This one has a slanted end, like so. And then it has the spoolie end, which is great. Many people use this for their eyebrows because it is so dense and it's angled. You can wet the end and use it in eyeshadow or contour. There's so many different things that you can use on your eyebrows. So you can just, and it's thin enough that you can do those hair-like strokes with this. So it's a good brush for that. And then of course the spoolie is just kind of self-explanatory. We are done with the eye ones. I hope I didn't miss any. And now we're gonna go on to face brushes. So I'm gonna go over the three that I have in your color match. Blush bronzer, the bigger brush. I just really like it for so many different things. So that's why I recommend it. Here, so it's a little bit more, you know, less dense. This one's dense. You can do this for your bronzer. You can do this for your bronzer. Blush or your main shade. It just isn't very detailed. You know, you can't get in those detail areas very well. Maybe around your nose, like you're gonna miss this area just because it's bigger, but it's a great brush. It's the blush bronzer. So obviously blush and bronzer and your main shade. Contour, put a little bit on the end and tap it, right? Okay, there you go. And the next one is the one and done, which is the blend brush. The reason I recommend this one, and if someone's like, I want one brush and I want 4 colors in a palette for, always this one, because you can do everything with this one. You can contour. This is a dense brush. You can contour. You can brighten with this. And then you can also put on your bronzer, your main shade, and your blush with this. Too, you can do a little bit more sweeping than tapping because it is fluffy and our skin doesn't move as much with the fluffy, but I like a lot of tapping also, either way. So this is your one and done blend brush, the shape brush. This is probably my very favorite brush. I love the end of this. It's like blush bronzer and the blend had a baby. And the reason I say that is it's denser than this. It's more rounded like this. It's not as dense, not as fluffy. It's right in the middle. So I love that about it. And it's smaller. I love putting on my main shade with this. And I love putting on my blush. I love my bronzer with that. Love the end of it. So that's the shape brush. Buff brush, not for the new Seint user, because it picks up a lot of product. It's more dense than the blush bronzer. I love the application that you get for your main shade. You get the most beautiful pressed in look when you do your makeup. And main shade with this one too. You could do blush bronzer with this one. You can contour, and I take that point, wiggle it in your bronzer. And then you just take it like that. It's really great for contour under the cheekbone. Here comes the detail brush. This brush is great for applying contour like that. And for contouring, you're just gonna press up underneath that cheekbone. Then you can brighten with this. But it's a great end to brighten with. And then the 3D brush. I think this is our biggest seller. Love it for my Rimmon cushion. Probably this one, the shape and the powder, which they've gotten rid of, is my favorite brush for the Remon Compact. But for Seint makeup, it's very dense and it can pick up a lot of product. And you do have to do tapping. Blush, fine. I don't have a problem with doing the blush. So if you want to contour, you can, with that end, just get it ever so slight. You see what I mean? Very lightly. Brush Blitz happens August 4th through the 8th. But you can buy one and get one half off. And it's only 4 days. And then that's it. Bye, guys.